What's up, beauties, and welcome to today's live stream. My name is Manders, and this is my channel. It is super early. It is the morning time. I am getting ready to go to work. If you haven't already, please make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up when you come in, and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I'm just using my jade roller. I don't know. I just found this in my drawer. I went through and I got some different products, different stuff that I didn't use last week for my makeup, and we are going for it today. So I hope you are all having a wonderful morning. I am here. I have my coffee. And we're ready to rock and roll. So I've already had my bath. As you can see, I am kind of like my hair's tied back. Oh, good morning, Sandy. Thank you for being here and listening. I hope you're having a nice drive to work. Have a safe drive. I'm diving in with my Dive-In Moisturizer from Wonder Beauty. I never use this stuff. I need to use this stuff. I always kind of forget. Hello, Princess Finesse. How are you doing this morning? How are you? Welcome. Are you new to my stream? Have you been here before? I don't think you have. So I'm just going in with this. I like this moisturizer. I always forget about it. Kind of smells like, thank you. Kind of smells like, it's supposed to smell like strawberries, but it doesn't really. Thank you very much. I don't really know what I want to do today makeup wise, so I might just do my eyes. It could happen. My skin's not too red today, so we shall just see. So got that on. Now we are going to use my Belief eye cream. I got this in an Ipsy. I like this stuff a lot. It's pretty good. That's one of the things I like about Ipsy is you get your sample sizes and you get to decide. And like a little bit goes a really long way for this. Like I barely touched this pot and it is like a good amount. So I'm just going to pat that in there and let it dry. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We had a really nice weekend. We got to go see some friends for a birthday party. It was awesome. Oh no, you woke up, brushed your teeth, and ran out the door. I hate those mornings. I hate when I have to do that. Like I try and give myself time. Last year was really bad for doing that. Like I'd get up, I'd brush my teeth really, really quickly. I'd always have my bath at night. And this year, like I'm trying really hard to stick to my schedule. That's what I'm attempting to do. It doesn't always work, but I try. I'm going to do my brows before I do anything else, because if I don't, I'll forget, because I'm weird like that. I do that sometimes. And it's funny because when I didn't really know how to do my brows, it didn't bother me as much, because I do have brows. It's not like I don't have any. It's just that I just have to connect it just a little bit lower when I come down. So it's funny. I feel like I look funny now if I don't have them on. Anybody else have that problem? I am still so sniffly. Like this year has just been so brutal for allergies, and allergies that I didn't have before, like crazy. So I'm going in with my L'Oreal brow pencil. My face looks better on camera than it does in real life, but that's cool. Cool. Yeah, allergies are bad. There's so much pollen here, Sandy, is ridiculous. Like so much pollen. And I'm usually not one that ever suffers from allergies, like ever. And it's weird. And like my parents, I've never heard my mom complain about like any sort of an allergy. But this year, her and my dad both have had to take like Claritin every single day. Like just because it's so bad. Like I go outside, and at the beginning of the summer, I would go out and there would just be like a layer of pollen across like the table. It's so gross. I hope everybody's having a great drive/morning. I think we're going to keep it super simple today when it comes to eyeshadow. I'm probably going to dive back and forth between different palettes because that's kind of the mood I'm in. Actually, you know what? No. I take it back. And I'm really not using this because, okay, has anybody ever seen the stuff that's going on with the Wet n Wild palette versus the James Charles palette? Because I guess Wet n Wild came out with a palette and it's going to be the same size as this. Not quite the same size as this, but it's going to have the exact same number of shadows. And everybody's like freaking out. And I'm like, I don't have time to forget about this. But I thought, that's funny. I'm going to use my James Charles palette today. Because I would never buy another one of these. But I might buy one if Wet n Wild made one for that price. Because this is my biggest thing with this palette that never made a lot of sense to me. And it's just me because it just doesn't work for me. These shades right here, these big ones, I don't ever reach for. But I don't ever reach for the ones on the top anyways. Like, I really bought this palette because I didn't have any colors. Yeah, you want to buy it. So I want to buy it too because I want to see like how the formula is. It's a dupe. People are freaking out. It's a dupe. Lots of things are duped. Lots of companies do it. I'm cool with it. Whatever. I don't care. But these pan sizes are big. And I've never used any of them. I use the black ones. My niece has this palette and she uses the black as an eyeliner all the time. She loves it. She told me, she said she loves this palette enough. But she's the opposite of me. She's used all these ones, whereas she's never used any of these ones. Whereas I've only used these ones. So today, you know what? We're going to go in with some of these ones, like some neutrals. Let's do a neutral look with the James Charles palette. How's that sound? I know a lot of people won't use this palette because they have bought it because of all that stuff that happened. I spent $50 freaking on this, so you bet your butt I'm going to use it. That is my theory on it. The only thing is about this palette, if it had a mirror, it would probably be like my best friend because then I'd just sit here all the time and just use this palette. If it had a mirror, this would be better. But this cost me $50 Canadian, which at the time really was a good deal when you think about how much stuff is in here. Like the colors, the shades. I enjoy Morphe palettes. What can I say? Not everyone does. To each their own. As long as nobody cares that I do. That I like it. I'm going in with my MAC paint pot. This is in Painterly. This one like literally matches my eyelid shade. And it makes me so happy because I almost went for the soft ochre. But then I was like, whoa, this is so light. Is there a better, like one that's closer to my skin tone? And then I found this one. I didn't realize how fair the soft ochre one was until I actually saw it in person. And I was like, oh, that's not going to work for me at all. Oh. You've never used a MAC paint pot. So this is the first time I've ever, like, I just bought this and I was like, kind of like this little tiny pot of product for $26 Canadian. I've been using this for probably 3 weeks now, and I don't really see much of a dent in it at all. It a little bit goes a really long way. I know that the one from the Balm that we got in the Tribe Beauty box, there you go, dropped something already. The one that we got in the Tribe Beauty box, I'm not a big fan of. Like, you have to use a lot more than this. This one is a really good. Oh, you use the Urban Decay primer? I've never really used that. I used like the shiny metallic one once, and it was not a good time. It didn't work for me very well. No, I don't need any more coffee until I go to work. So I'm going to just keep it super simple, super natural today. I'm going to go in with a Morphe brush. This is my R34. This is also, I like to use these. I think it was, I can't remember who told me. I will figure it out. Somebody told me that if you use these to wipe off your brushes in between use, it's just like using a microfiber cloth, and she was right. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Actually, I have used this shade before. It's nice. Transition color. I'm just going to buff it into my crease like that. Nothing crazy going on today. It's Monday. I don't feel like being too over the top for work. I must say though, like Fridays, I look like there were a lot of people that were like, "It's Funky Friday," because they remembered from last year, and I was like, "You guys are the best." Like one of the student who helped me come up with Funky Friday, because she was like, "You should just do Crazy Eyes on Friday." She was like, "You should live stream it, and it should be called Funky Friday." And I was like, "You're a freaking genius, kid. If you're watching, you know who you are." But yeah, she was really excited that Funky Friday was still a thing. Because all summer I didn't do it because it just, every day was Funky Friday in the summer. I could do a crazy eyeshadow look every single freaking day, and it didn't matter because I was home all the time. Does that make sense? This one little bump in my hair right here, driving me nuts. Fixed. Today I get to be in metal shop. So like my job, we get to like we're part of like the shops sometimes. I'm going to go in with this shade in this. No, I'm not. I'm not going to use this palette. I get to be in the metal shop today. So that's one of the things that I get to do at work is we get to go between certain classes. And my EA partner and myself, we've decided we're going to switch off every day. So today I get to be in the metal shop and I'm super excited because it's funny because my husband is a sheet metal worker. Like, so he works in a metal shop. That's what he does. So I'm pretty excited because he comes home and tells me things and I'm like, it's like this. Wah, 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 wah. I'm like, Charlie Brown teacher, I don't know what you're talking about, man. So I'm going to go in now with this shade. It's kind of like an orangey matte. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in my crease. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I love being in the shop classes because funny story, when I went to school, I went to a school that was so small that we didn't have like any tech classes. Like they just were not an option because the school was too small. Like there was it didn't even have a gym. Like we didn't even have a gym. So I never got to take tech classes when I was in school. My school was a very, it was like an education, like it was an academic based school. So if you wanted the tech classes, you went to the school that I now work at. So I never went to that school. But I remember I always thought it would be so cool to be in like an auto shop class or like a cosmetology class would have been great for me in high school. But no, I didn't know how to do any of these things. And it's funny because there is a cosmetology class at my school and I wish I was in that class because it would be so much fun. I know that the teacher, I think she asked for me. But it just wasn't going to work out. And I can't go in and teach it either. That's the other thing. But it's just like so much fun for me. I'm like, I want to go in and do it. I want to be a cosmetology teacher. Oh yeah, you know what? This color is beautiful. It laid down so easily. Like that wasn't hard to work with at all. This is a really simple palette to use, in my opinion. I haven't had a lot of issues with it. Like if you're going into like a bold color, like a blue or a green, you have to take your time. But for something like this, and I'm just going to buff out the edges and just make them blend into my skin using a clean brush. All right, now let's deepen it up a little. I'll just take this Luxie brush here. It legit felt like fall all weekend. It was not the greatest. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this brown right here, this big pan, because I want to use it. I got to use some of this stuff. This is like my thing. Oh, you need to get some coffee. I hope you pass a coffee shop on your way. What are big coffee shops? I know you're driving right now, so you totally don't have to answer this. Like I know in the States, a lot of Starbucks, a lot of Dunkin' Donuts, I think. Is it Dunkin' Donuts? That's the big one. Here in Canada, we have Tim Hortons, huge. And McDonald's coffee. Anybody else obsessed with McDonald's coffee? Because if I'm going out for a coffee, man, I'm going to McDonald's. And I do that. I say that because everybody in Canada is obsessed with Tim Hortons. Or a lot of people are. Not everybody. But if you hear like Tim Hortons, like everybody's like, oh, it's so Canadian. I prefer McDonald's. The coffee is sourced from the same place. So it's delicious. Yeah, I love McDonald's coffee. It's like the best. So I'm just taking that dark shade and I'm just focusing it on my outer V of my eyelid. See, this is why this is funny that I do this in the morning, because I'm trying to like explain what I'm doing, but I'm still like kind of sleepy. So I'm like, what am I doing? All right, so I'm just tapping that. I have just been, I don't know about you guys, but I have been enjoying some neutral looks this week. Last week, I got to do so many like cool, like, I don't know. There was just something about this summer that was awesome, by the way. I loved the colors that came out this summer. Eyeshadows, like, this was my summer for eyeshadow. I loved it so much. Everything that came out. I am going to buy the Jawbreaker palette. I saved all summer. I didn't buy it, and I was like, you know what? Now's the time. Now's the time that I can buy it. The colors are just, everything has color this summer, and it makes me so freaking excited. But with that being said, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit excited to be back on the neutral wagon just for a little bit. So I'm just taking that and I'm just dragging it a little bit more into the center, a little higher, but I'm not going all the way into the crease. And I'm just blending into that other shade because I just want to deepen it up just like that. Now, I don't know what I want to do. Jawbreaker is such a pretty palette. You have that one, don't you? I love it. It looks gorgeous. There are so many pretty palettes out there. My biggest thing is I want to try, I have never tried a Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette, and I know that I really want to buy one. Oh, you don't have it? Oh, I need it. We need to get it. But we need it though? This is where it really becomes like, do I need it? Everybody and their mother reviews that palette. When it came out, everybody reviewed it. That's why I'm trying so hard to like stick with like stuff I don't see a lot of people doing. And that's kind of like why like I'm doing my Lip Glam ones. Like I get the Shadow Me palettes, and I get my the Maybe Cosmetics. If you guys have not already checked them out, please do that because I love their eyeshadow palettes. Actually, hold on. Let me get the other one that I'm just obsessed with lately. This Take Me to Los Angeles palette by them. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. I love it. La La Land right here. It's going on my eyes right now. I know I said I'd stick with James Charles, but this is a prettier color that is not in that palette. So this is like, oh, gorgeous. It is creamy. It is buttery. It is the most beautiful shadow that I own at the moment. Like I just want to put it on my eyes. Yes, you've been using palettes that you own, and that's what these morning ones are good for. Like every time I do my makeup in the morning, I'm going live and I'm using different products. And do you see how quickly I was able to create this eye look? Like 3 colors, man, 4 colors, so easy. But I love this. I love this brand so far, and I cannot get enough of them. I'm going to order more. I want all of their palettes. They have this is the Take Me to Los Angeles palette. I have the Take Me to Tokyo. I will say, as much as I love the colors, hold on, let's see if I can find the Take Me to Tokyo palette first. I just had it this morning. There it is. So I love the colors in this one. It's a really pretty fun one. Now, I don't use them all on their own. I go back and forth. But this palette right here, I use just this palette, and I'm super excited. So it's really, really nice. Going back in with La La Land on the other side. Oh, yeah. So freaking nice, right? Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like obsessed with that palette. And you know what? It was, I think that these retail for, I want to say like $26 US. Very like, in comparison to a lot of other palettes, the packaging is very standard. I find a lot of palettes are coming out like this size. They have the full size mirror. The mirror gets me every time. I'm like, yep, cool. There's a mirror. I'll buy that. Put a mirror in it. I'll be happy. But there's so many brands out there that are just, I'm just like, I want to bring some more attention to some other stuff. That's where I'm kind of getting at with this. As much as I want the Jeffree Star palettes, I want to use other stuff as well. And I'm using my collection, so that's really something I need to do anyways. So eye look is done. We still have time. I'm going to do my foundation next. We're going to go in with some primer. This is my No Pore Blend Primer from Touch and Soul. Yeah, indie brands are just killing it. Good morning, Diane. How are you doing? Welcome to today's live. I am just priming my face now using my Touch and Soul No Pore Blend Primer. I've already done my eyes. We were talking about the James Charles palette dupe that Wet n Wild is coming out with. I think I might get it because I actually just used my James Charles palette. It's a palette that I don't reach for like at all anymore because I have so many other colorful palettes and I have so many neutral colors, but it's my favorite Morphe palette, honestly. The formula in that palette is different than all the other Morphe palettes I've tried. Morphe eyeshadows are very sticky. That's how I describe them. They're harder to use. Like I find like they take a little longer to work into your eyes, like into your skin. So it's kind of like, that's kind of the hard part, but I don't find that with the James Charles palette. So with that being said, I want to try that Wet n Wild one. I'm going to use a sponge, so I need to get one. I'll be right back. I know where my sponge is. It's just in the, oh, I'm just going to go dampen this one. I'm back. So I'm kind of like in between shades right now. Hi, Arby. How are you doing? Welcome. All right. So I'm going to put some foundation on. Thank you. Sorry, I had to go wet my sponge. I'm going to now, no, that's empty. Take this. This is my foundation that I'm using. This is my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless. This is in shade 122 Creamy Beige. I love it. So I'm just taking a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to just dip in like this. And I'm going to just dot it all over my face and just pat it in like that. Just patting motions. Hi, Beauty and Recovery. Oh my goodness. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for stopping in. Say hi while you're getting the kids ready. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Happy Monday, everybody. I forgot to say that earlier. I know a lot of people hate Mondays, but I'm going to tell you guys my theory on this, okay? Tuesdays are the worst day. Tuesdays. You know why? Because Monday, at least Monday is the first day of the week, in my opinion. So kind of like a refreshing start. As much as it sucks to have to get up if you've had the whole weekend off, things like that. But then this is what I see. What is there to look forward to on Tuesdays? Is there anything? No. Monday, at least, is the first day of the week. Tuesday is just the blah day. Wednesday is the middle. So you know, hump day. Hey, we're getting closer. Thursday is Friday Eve, and then there is Friday. Oh my gosh, Lisa, you changed your name. Oh, how are you doing? Oh my God. Okay, Lisa, watched your video yesterday morning, and I'm going to tell you something. You are just so real in the way that you were explaining your stories. And when you were talking about like some of the channels, like, and I don't even mean just me, like you were just talking and I was like, that makes me just so happy. And people, like, your honesty about the whole thing is just, we just need more of you. And I'm just so happy that you are starting your channel and that I get to know you before you even do it. That makes me really excited. Just taking a little bit more. I hope the kids are doing well this morning too, Lisa. I know they can be a handful sometimes. It is 7:32 a.m. So I'm just taking a little bit more. I just kind of want to go in here and really, this is where I seem to need the most coverage lately. It's so weird for me. Like right in here, I don't usually need that. It is very early. But the good news is it's not too early and I get to go to work soon. Oh my goodness. Oh, so it's the afternoon there. I'm an hour ahead. Yeah. Oh, so it's only 6:30 there. Oh. And you're up. Yeah, nice. Good for you guys. Okay. And I need concealer today. Oh my gosh, like it's very rare that I like say that and I'm like, oh, I need concealer. But today I freaking do. You're almost at work. Oh, I hope you'll get so much coffee when you get there. I am not a teacher. I work in a school. So I'm like a teacher's helper. So I don't know what your school system's like over there. I know you're in Europe somewhere. We have like, I'm support staff. So in addition to teachers, thank you. That's so sweet of you to say. I do not need it. You're right. Nobody needs makeup. I just love makeup. It's my favorite thing. I could go to work easily without it. This is just fun for me. It's a fun way to get ready. But what was I saying? Oh, I'm a teacher's helper. So I'm considered an educational assistant, which basically means, so we have a classroom and anybody that needs like a little bit of extra help, like especially in the special education department, that's where I work in the school. Now, it doesn't mean I'm in like a small class, like where we have a lot of like high needs necessarily. I might just be there for safety. Like I just might be there for safety. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing? Welcome to today's live stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am just getting ready. I took my Maybelline concealer, by the way. And I'm just patting it in. This sponge, it's a really nice sponge. I go to work for 6 hours a day. That's how long the kids are in school. My eye dents. All right. We are foundationed. We are concealed. Now we're going to powder. Using the world's coolest product. I can't get over it. I can't. Where'd it go? This stuff from Becca. What the heck? Oh, you didn't like school? I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. So when I first started working in a school, it was kind of funny. Like my family was like, what? You're going to do what? And I was like, yeah, I legit am going to work in a school. Probably the funniest thing I've ever said to my family because I was the world's worst student. I didn't go. But college was different. Yeah, like when I went to college, like I was doing something I wanted to do. So like high school was really hard for me. It's funny because like you see kids and they're like, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, just go. And they're like, well, what'd you do when you were in high school? I was like, didn't listen to anybody. So don't repeat what I did because I was an idiot. I was a bad student. But I learned, I have a lot of life experience because of it. Now, I wasn't like a bad student. Like I wasn't bad. I had my priorities and school wasn't one of them for some reason. And I don't know if it's because I was just too immature to kind of deal with what was going on. I worked my ass off in high school though. I worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3. So like I still worked really hard, even though I wasn't working so hard at my schoolwork. I still passed. I still got all my credits. I graduated from high school, obviously. I work in high school now. I just think it's funny now that I'm like, kids are like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, just do it. Just get it over with. That's what I was told. And that's what I did. Are my eyebrows the same or do I need to fix this one? This one looks thinner. Your nephew is 12 and he's like, life's complicated. I know. My niece says it to me all the time. Now, my nieces and nephews, like, they're great. And sometimes, like, it's hard to be a teenager. Does anybody else remember what being a teenager was like? Because I do. It sucked. I would never go back. Oh, they always listen to me. Oh, yeah. I'm like, because I'm not a teacher too, I have a totally different role. Like I'm a little bit more of like a support system to them. So like when they're having a hard day, like they can come to me and it's like, okay, say, sweet, let's go. We're going to go and we're going to talk about it. And it's kind of like just the extra person there to be there. Like, and I have a lot of students that like sometimes they just need to go for a walk. Like, it's really fun. I love my job. I love working with little kids, and I love being in high school. I really do love my job. I have a good job. I can't find the brush I want to use. And there's a specific one I want to use for some reason this morning, and I don't know. Why are you up so early, Shining Star Soup? Oh my goodness. Good morning. How are you doing? I've missed you. You're always up early in the mornings to see me, even though I know how freaking early it is there for you. And I'm like, darn it. My eyebrows are not the same shape. I need to fix that. So, me too, Sandy. What is your career, princess? That's so sad. That makes me sad that I'd never really experienced hating my job, and I'm thankful for that because I know a lot of people do, and it makes like it's really hard. Most people think that my job's insane, and a lot of people don't want to do my job, where I'm like, I love my job. My job's great. But a lot of people are like, how do you do it? So that really sucks. You haven't finished your coffee. Oh, I love you too. You are awesome. Glad there was no social media when I was a teenager. Me too. Would not have survived. I don't know how kids do it. Being a teenager now has got to be the hardest thing in the world. It was hard when we were kids, but it has to be so much harder now. And it makes me sad that that's even like, why? Why is it even like a thing that it's so hard? Okay, I'm going to bronze using my New York Color bronzer. I can't find the brush that I want to use, so I'll just use this one. I love this brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. Such a good brush. So you ordered 3 top box $10 add-ons, but you woke up to one of them being refunded. Me too. That happened to me too. I think there was a serious glitch in the top box system this week, and especially like this. So this was my first time ever doing top box, and I know that they're usually shipped out by now, and it was funny because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so I got refunded on one of them. I received it last night and was like, darn it. I also got the Lux box. I was like, how did I do that? I don't even know what I did. I have somebody sent me the link. I think. I can't remember now. I think I'm bronzed enough. What do you guys think? I have 2 coming, I think. So I have a Lux box and the beauty box. I got one surprise beauty box, and then I got a Lux box, and then I got my regular box. I think. Don't quote me, because I might be. I don't know. Oh, I love this bronzer so much more than I remembered. Just taking a little bit down on my nose, just a little bit. You got the glossy box mystery bundle. I've never done glossy box. Is it worth it for Canada? I know that you do I know you talked about it in your video. My favorite one to get in Canada is still Look Fantastic. It is the best. The best. I'm going to go in with this super crazy blush here from Cargo Cosmetics. Could it be crazier pink? It's so bright. I don't even know if like the camera is doing it justice. This is like the lightest hand you can go in. So just tap, tap, tap. Super amount of pigment there. And I'm just going to tap it off and then add a little bit of color. I accidentally got BoxyCharm. I guess I don't know. I didn't think it was going to go through. And then it did. But it's okay. I'll be okay with it. I just hope I get the Violet Voss palette. Oh my gosh, I would be so excited. This is a really nice blush. You just really have to build it because it's so pigmented. Like, I'm way more red right now than I really want it to be. But I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of digging it because it's kind of like blending with the contour really well. Oh yeah, if I get the Violet Voss one, I will be so happy. Now, the Tarte one the Too Faced one, or is it Tarte? I can't even remember. The other ones, they're nice too. I will not be like sad if I don't get it, but that's the one I want. I think that's the one everyone wants, so. Boo. Oh no, you locked your keys in the car at Costco. Darn it. Your husband had to save you. That sucks. I have to highlight my face now, but I don't know what highlighter I want to use. I'm just like sitting here like, la da da. Your keys in the grocery store. It's hot and you were wearing, oh no, you're wearing all black. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's like my worst nightmare, being outside and like having that happen. I'm not sure what highlight I want to use yet. I have been seeing a lot of people use like liquid highlights lately, and I never use a liquid highlight, and I kind of want to. Let's see if I can find a highlight over here in my pile of highlights. This option. Going in with this one. We'll use my Pretty Vulgar. This is technically part of a rolling project pan. Using my Luxie brush. I'm just going to... Your car doors won't lock if there's keys inside. Mine won't either, Sandy. I don't even have a key for my car. Well, I do. It's like a key fob. But you have to... if the key is in the car, it will not lock it. Yeah, I've done that before. Well, one day when I was like a long time ago with my old job, I was getting ready to go to work and I had taken my sweater off and and it was pretty much the same thing. I took my sweater off and put it in the trunk and closed the trunk. My keys were in the car. They were in the trunk when I locked it. When I closed it, I didn't really think about it. So I was like, no. Oh yeah, this is nice. I love this highlight. Got this one in an Ipsy, and it was one of my, oh no, a box. Yeah, it was an Ipsy, I think. And one of like my favorite products I've ever got because I've consistently used it, and I think I'm going to hit pan on it soon. And it's just such a nice highlight. Decent. Decent. Oh, thank you. Oh. Yeah, I need to do a million project pans. Yeah, I need to do them. Because, for example, I think I have like 33 palettes or something stupid. Like, I need to use them. And that's why these morning lives are so good for me, especially because I'm using up more products because I'm filming it every single day. If I don't film what I'm doing, I tend to just like not, I use the exact same things over and over. That was just my Too Faced plumping lip injection. I like to put this on when I'm getting ready sometimes right before I put my lipstick on. It's nice and tingly. It's not overpowering. I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. It scared you? Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. And I found that too. You know what I do? Small layers. If you put it on just a little tiny bit at a time, it's a lot easier to use. I love the wand on this. I haven't used this mascara in a while. I love this so much. It is such a nice mascara. Is it worth what it costs? Probably not, but I didn't buy it. I got it in my BoxyCharm. It's very similar, like it's almost identical to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, so seriously, go buy that one. I actually had that one, and I hadn't even used it, and my sister, I gave it to her because she was like, I need a good mascara. I was like, use this one and tell me what you think. And she was like, I love it so much. And I was like, good, because it's affordable. You don't have to go to Sephora to get it. Just go to Walmart, go to Shoppers Drug Mart or Walmart, and you're good to go. And she loves it. And it's really easy to use up a mascara if you use it every single day. Because I don't ever do that. I use, like, literally this week, I can already tell you I'm going to use a different mascara every single day. I read your mind. Good tips, though. Don't you just love using makeup that is like, yay, I didn't pay full price for this because you got in a sub box. Like some of the stuff. Yeah, 100%. I've got so much stuff in sub boxes that I never, ever, ever would have bought. I never would have paid full price for this. It was never going to happen. But because I have it, now I can use it and I can still talk about it. Oops. I'm going to sneeze. Oh. I realized this morning when I went downstairs that my husband took my lunch. And it was very similar to his lunch. It's just that I had cut up like some onions and some tomatoes to go on my chicken burger. And he took it, which is fine. So I do have to log off a little earlier today because I need to go prep the rest of my stuff. So I'm just going to toss on some lipstick. I haven't worn this lipstick in so long, and it makes me really sad that I haven't, because this is my favorite lipstick. Like, this is honestly probably the only lipstick I've ever used this much of. This is my Rimmel London. This is the Kate one. This is in the shade 8. Ugh. It is so comfortable, so creamy, so pretty. Like, it just suits my color, like my skin tone. This is just one of those lipsticks. It's a really nice, like, nude lipstick. So this is kind of a trick just to kind of keep, I'm going to mattify it a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of powder. And I'm going to just dip my finger in. I might use a different powder because this one's wet, so it feels so weird. Yeah. Don't use the Becca powder for that, but any other powder. I like to just kind of lay it down on a satin lip like that, just so that it doesn't move as much, really, is the big thing. Where's the rest of my powder? Oh, there it is. I'm obviously losing my mind today. Usually I would use a brush. Not today. And that is everything. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. Thank you. You made it to work, Sandy. Thank you so much for hanging out with us while you were on your drive. I do have to go to work as well. I was a little late getting on. Amy, I'm so sorry I have to go. Oh, I'm so sad. How are you doing? I have to go make my lunch. Something I don't want to do, but I do have to do it. Darn it. So I have to go. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry you missed it too, Amy. I didn't want to message you because I didn't want to wake you up because I know it's super early there. So I will try and do Mask Monday tonight. I've been kind of thinking about it, and I'd really like to do a Mask Monday. I will do my best. If I can't do it tonight, you will see it soon. I will be here bright and early tomorrow. So if you guys are up and you can't sleep, come hang out with me while I get ready for work. I love hanging out with you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one.